leadership. Hey. That's from Palestine.
Just this section.
Honorable members, may we have our meditation? Thank you very much. We may be seated. Honorable members, on statements by members, just a reminder that in terms of our rules, the time allocation for member statements is as follows. Each statement is 1.5 minutes, MEC's response is 2 minutes, and a maximum of 7 statements are allowed under this rule. Are there any member statements? Honorable Muela.
Greetings, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members. Honorable Speaker, the ANC commends and appreciates government for taking concrete steps to formalize and empower young people through sponsorship funding. The Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, the leadership of Minister Parks Tau, convened the sponsorship funding awareness roadshow at the Tanzania District Municipality, in ensuring that support is given to South African-owned township community convenience shops, including spaza shops. The government has made available an amount of close to 500 million. This intervention seeks to ensure that more young people get assistance to become successful entrepreneurs and that employment opportunities are actually created within this sector. Honorable Speaker, during the roadshow, a binary convenience shop owner, Ms. Nomawetu Masego, said she is looking forward to applying for the funding to expand her business and she supplies still water to the local community. This fund, of course, also provides various types of support, not limited but including to initial purchase of stock via delivery channels partners, upgrading of building infrastructure, refrigeration, shelving and security. It also seeks to supply broader supply chain by fostering partnership with local manufacturers, black industrialists and, of course, wholesalers. As the ANC, Honorable Speaker, we appreciate this initiative by the government and we want to encourage all young people of Mpumalanga to utilize this opportunity in the fight against unemployment. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Muela. Honorable MEC Masilela.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Let us appreciate the statement from Honorable Moyela. As a department, we're working closely with the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition to make sure that our people in the province of Mpumalanga benefit out of the 500 million which was launched by the 2 ministers. And we urge our people in the province that they must apply so that we ensure that the rural and township economy it's vibrant in their townships and make sure that we deal with the unemployment rate that is in Mpumalanga. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Let me see any other member statement. Honorable Bungane, Tsweni.
Honorable Speaker, greetings to yourself, greetings to the members. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of Umkhonto weSizwe Party to raise a concern that some municipalities in the province continue to employ personnel who are not in the service delivery, and that it is done disregarding the financial position of the municipality. The House should also insist that municipalities must prioritize fiscal responsibility and ensure that employment decisions are made with due regard to the financial sustainability of the municipality. Honorable Speaker, we need to call upon the municipalities to adhere to transparent budgeting which clearly indicate and account for personnel expenses. Financial assessment should be thorough conducted before making any employment decision. Municipalities must be held to account to employment decision that compromises their financial stability. It is common knowledge that most municipalities are struggling with revenue collection due to a number of reasons, and we call for prudent financial management, wherein municipalities must ensure that personnel expenses are sustainable and do not compromise the delivery of the basic services. As MK, we therefore call upon the MEC to ensure that municipalities conduct workforce planning and identify areas where personnel can be optimized or deployed. Performance management should also be...
1.5 minutes is exhausted.
Performance should also be enhanced so that monitoring and evaluation of personnel productivity can be measured. I thank you.
Honorable, let me see.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well, do we note the motion raised by Honorable Mtsweni? Indeed, municipalities must prioritize. What we are doing before the process gets completed, they must go through a process of the consultations around the RDP, approval of the budget, and all that processes are indeed transparent because this budget is available for the people. In terms of the positions, we have already communicated they must prioritize positions that are more service delivery relevant. So we agree with that particular point. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Honorable Chibi.
I rise on behalf of the Economic Freedom Fighter to strongly condemn a member of SAPS police officer who alleged physically assault and torture a learner Sibongiseni Mkhondo at Mukhanya Secondary School in Dr. J.S. Moroka Municipality. The incident took place on the 4th of June 2025. Speaker, case number 11/04/2025 was registered at police station Valbank and referred to IPIT. This inexorable act of violence has had a devastating impact on the learner, who suffered severe emotional and physical trauma, ultimately leading him failing to concentrate to his schoolwork. EFF is deeply disturbed by these claims and strongly condemns such horrific conduct. South African Police Service Act 68 of 1995 requires police officers to uphold the law and protect citizens. I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chibi. Honorable MEC.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Let me welcome the member statement from Honorable Chibi. Indeed, as the department, we condemn the act of behavior from the SAPS, the member of the SAPS. Indeed, the matter has been taken to the IPIT. As you know, that misconduct from the member of the SAPS are reported to the IPIT. So such element, we need to get rid of them within SAPS. Continuously, we are managing them Indeed, where they found one thing, we are dealing with the issue, with case by case, one by one, as it committed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Honorable Masango.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise on behalf of the African National Congress to move a motion without notice on the Mpumalanga Regional
I
Court.
was looking at that side. You
Oh,
will be
sorry,
noted.
Sango. Lijongwana. Yeah. May I proceed, Honorable Speaker?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, I rise to move a motion without notice.
No. We're on statements.
Oh,
Speaker.
no, I'm awake to work.
Honorable Masango from that side.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Democratic Alliance to deliver a member statement. The last time I tabled a statement on municipalities that are bankrupt and unable to pay their creditors and salaries, the MEC of Kokta, MEC Mashilo, denied that. And he said to me, "So lich so sakurant." Honorable Speaker, today we are sitting with a situation where Nkoma, as a local municipality, is unable to pay the employees their full salary. We know that since the municipal manager, Kolani, whoa, what is this Kolani? Kolani Mabilas resigned and the CFO was suspended. Mr. Nkosi was approved through the department as an acting municipal manager. In a meeting with employees recently, Nkosi told staff that there is no money to pay workers for their overtime that they have worked and their travel allowance, but they will get their basic salary, following which employees took to the street. 2 months ago, the very same workers were striking because their medical aid and pensions were not paid timely because, yet again, there was no money to do so. Given the above, Speaker, I call on the MEC to institute an investigation on the municipalities that are bankrupt and if employees' deductions are being paid to the respective bodies. If there is a deduction that are not paid, let the MEC please report to the Portfolio Committee of Koksta. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Masango. Honorable MEC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and the motion raised by Honorable Masango. Well, Honorable Masango, generalism is a problem. The time you raised the matter, we were just generalizing. We have now picked up to Nkomazi correctly, as we said, and we are doing the intervention. We have seconded the municipal manager. I'll be seconding the CFO as well. And we have appointed Section 106, a forensic team that we have dealt with today to investigate exactly the abnormalities in that municipalities. From where we sit over time, it should be an extraordinary assignment, then it becomes a norm. People must work within the time given. All the work must be done within that period. Indeed, we shall report to the Portfolio Committee as part of our mandate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MEC. Honorable members, Honorable Tipping Nkosi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm rising to render a statement on behalf of the African National Congress to applaud the Executive Mayor of Chief Albert Lutuli Municipality, Councillor Makubane, for successfully convening a meeting with the management of Komati Mine to discuss critical issues affecting the mine's operation, ongoing projects, and future opportunities for local economic growth. The discussions centered on the following issues: challenges and opportunity in the mine's operation, which is still under care and maintenance, including job creation and local procurement, progress on the new water treatment plant, a key infrastructure project, aimed at ensuring sustainable water management and environmental compliance. Honorable Speaker, the Executive Mayor highlighted the importance of the mine's contribution to the local economy and emphasized the need for continued collaboration. The completion of the water treatment works to maintain the readiness state of processing plants are a significant milestone that will benefit not only the mine, but also our communities through jobs and business opportunities. The mine leadership reaffirms their commitment to responsible mining practices, community development, and partnership with local stakeholders. Both parties agreed to maintain open communication to ensure mutual benefit and sustainable growth. I submit and thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable DP. Honorable MEC.
Okay, no, thanks, Honorable Speaker, and thanks to Honorable Nkosi. Indeed, municipal mayors is part of their functions to make sure that they assist their community in making sure any mines that operate in the area make a contribution. That's why in the charter, mining charter, with the DMR, it does confirm the CIS is part of the investment the community must enjoy. And we want to congratulate the mayor and encourage other mayors to do likewise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Honorable Mashiane.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. I rise on behalf of Action SA to express both cautious relief and deep concern regarding the recently completed R37 road near Leightonburg. This road, which formed part of Action SA West Roads Tour in April 2024, was once a dangerous, crumbling strip that posed serious risk to motorists and economic activities. We welcome its completion, but it should never have taken this long, nor should it have caused us this much uncertainty. Honorable members, it took 3 separate contractors to complete this one infrastructure project. The public deserves to know, why did the Provincial Department of Public Works, Roads and Transport fail to ensure proper delivery the first time? How much has this road ultimately cost the people of Mpumalanga? And crucially, has any money been recovered from the initial failed contractor for non-performance? It is unacceptable that public funds are wasted while department recycle incompetence and avoid accountability. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mashiane. Honorable MEC.
Well, thanks, Honorable Speaker, and thanks to the motion raised by Honorable Mashiane. Some times ago, the road was sent to Central to manage the road by virtue of the road being a most tourist, and we felt it will be best serviced by Central. In most cases, what we referred as a tender might produce a better price, not necessarily a better capacity at times. So in the event the company is not able to perform as expected, must be terminated. I suppose if that question raised elsewhere or through department, we can still solicitate the report in terms of whatever cost. But from where I'm seated, monies or projects are paid on milestone, so it could not have been extra money paid to a contractor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Honorable Weber.
Madam Speaker, I rise to deliver a member statement on behalf of the Freedom Front Plus. Madam Speaker, I rise today to bring to the attention of this House the deeply troubling situation of facing child protection organizations in Mpumalanga, organizations that serve as a lifeline for our most vulnerable children. 2 organizations have raised serious concerns about the Department of Social Development's policies and procedures, which are undermining the critical work of adoption facilitation temporary life-safe care and reunification with their families. I speak on behalf of these organizations. The department, according to them, refuses to fund essential advertising to trace biological families, citing astronomical costs of 900 Rand per page, a figure that requires urgent scrutiny. In panel, refused excessive red tape and a severe shortage of canalization officers have dragged out some adoption cases for as long as 5 years. Organizations are underfunded, under-resourced, and overburdened with social workers handling up to 150 cases each, more than double the recommended maximum. Compliance bottlenecks, late payments, and missing documents are crippling their abilities to secure alternative funding, even placing children's homes at risk of closure. Madam Speaker, this is not a matter of inefficiency. It's a matter of justice. When the system fails, it is children who pay the price. I call on the Department of Social Development to urgently address these issues before more lives are caught in bureaucratic limbo. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Weber. Honorable MEC.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We welcome the statement from the Honorable Member who would request that perhaps we have the names of those organizations, Honorable Speaker, so that we attend to the matter. We take serious issues of children, and the case that we are dealing with as the department, we got them as a referral, so we attend to them as they are referred to us. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. We have exhausted all the 7 statements as in terms of our rule. We're now moving to the executive statements. Honorable members, I'm informed that there are no executive statements. On motions without notice, are there any motions without notice? Honorable Masango.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I move on behalf of the African National Congress to move a motion without notice on the Mpumalanga Regional Courts. Honorable Speaker, I rise with a motion on behalf of the African National Congress to commend the Standerton, Emelo, and Boschfontein Mpumalanga Regional Court, respectively, for conviction on sentencings of 3 rape-accused men without morals and ethics. Honorable Speaker, last week a convicted serial rapist serving more than 3 life sentences and over 100 years, Zakele Isaac Mahlango, with an age of 44 years, was sentenced by the Standerton Regional Court for an addition of 25 years in prison for raping a 21-year-old woman. In another case, in the Emelo Regional Court, sentenced a 41-year-old man for life imprisonment for raping a 7-year-old boy. And on the third case, Honorable Speaker, the Boschfontein Regional Court sentenced Calvin Ntlandla Shabangu, 36 years old, to a 12-year imprisonment for a respectful raping a 19-year-old girl in 3 copies. Honorable Speaker, these latest sentences coincide with the latest Mpumalanga crime statistics, which place GBV as the most prevalent in crime in the province, and the African National Congress therefore commend the prosecutorial team for their excelling work in the sentencing of these 3 cases. We so move. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Masango. Does the House agree to adopt this motion?
Agree.
As so agreed. Honorable Skosana.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise on behalf of Umkhonto weSizwe Party to request that this House notes with the sadness tragic death of 3 soldiers at the base in Mpumalanga. We also extend our condolences to the bereaved family and colleagues of the deceased soldiers. We wish to request that thorough independent investigation conducted into the circumstances surrounding the death of soldiers, and those who are responsible for the death be held accountable. If the investigation reveals the wrongdoings and negligence, it does without saying that government must provide support to the families of the deceased soldiers, including the necessary assistance and compensation. We support the needed to comfort the family and friends and colleagues, which include, amongst other things, as follows: counseling and trauma services. Provide the access of counseling and trauma service support to families and colleagues of the deceased. Financial assistance. The family needs to be offered financial assistance to help with funeral expenses with other needs. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, MK demand that the investigation to be expedite, that fundings to be made public to ensure transparency and accountability. The community should also come together to show support and solidarity with the family of the deceased soldiers. I so move.
Thank you, Honorable Skosana. Does the House agree to adopt the motion?
Agree.
As so agreed. The next, Honorable Mkabela.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise on behalf of the economic freedom fighters to proudly applaud Matsulu SAPS members who recently responded swiftly by arresting 3 police officers last week near Matsulu T Junction along N4 Road, who were driving marked state vehicle and in full uniform whilst on duty. After receiving intelligence information that the 3 arrested officers were escorting Toyota Corolla vehicle carrying 107 bags loaded with dagga. Honorable Speaker, the issue of crime in the province is a dilemma. Police are found at the center of crime. We can't continue to have the corrupt police officers who keep on violating our laws and abusing the state resources. Officers are expected to adhere to the law when they act improperly. It erodes public trust and undermines the justice system. We hope MEC for Community Safety, Honorable Jackie Masi, will zoom into that. I so move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mkabela. Does the House agree to adopt the motion?
Agreed.
As so agreed. Honorable Skwakwa.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to move a motion without notice on behalf of the African National Congress to applaud the Mpumalanga Department of Public Works, Roads and Transport under the young and capable and energetic MEC Tudasizwe Tomo to accelerate the delivery of infrastructure projects across the province. Noting that the mandate of the department is responsible for overseeing infrastructure development and maintenance with the province. The department is committed in ensuring the completion of all delayed projects, and today we are proud to report a major milestone. The community of Tandukukanya in Nkondo local municipality will soon be celebrating the official opening of the brand new state-of-the-art Tandukanya Library, proudly completed by the department. As we celebrate the Youth Month, this library stands a symbol of hope and progress as a space designed to nurture a culture of reading, academic excellence, and limitless possibilities. The department has also built the state-of-the-art school, Yintlelento Primary School in Shaza Trust under the White Shezi Circuit in the city of Umbombela local municipality. It boasts of spacious 24 classrooms, a fully equipped computer lab, a library, adequate ablution facilities, 2 grade R centers, and convenient car parking space. Further noting that it is a shining example of what is possible when the government departments and stakeholders work together with unity of purpose and share a vision to improve lives of the people through education service delivery. We call upon to the communities to safeguard the public infrastructure as it belongs to them. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Skwakwa. Does the House agree to adopt the
Agreed.
motion? As so agreed. Honorable Marshall.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I rise on behalf of the Democratic Line to move a motion without notice, noting that Section 24 of the Constitution guarantees every South African the right to an environment that is not harmful to health or well-being and obliges the state to prevent pollution and ecological degradation. Further noting that after the 14th of February 2022, mine water spilled from Kwezela Colliery in the Wilger Olifants River, Tugela Resources undertook under a department-approved plan with the MTPA to restore the affected ecosystem. Also noting disturbing reports that all fish at the Loskop Dam Nature Reserve project died in March, April 2025 following a week-long power failure, and 2 men remaining missing in a sealed Greenside colliery shaft of Tungela Resources since the 13th of June 2025, with rescue impeded by toxic and unstable conditions. Further noting that the National Environmental Management Act and the National Water Act, as well as the Mineral and Petroleum Resources Development Act, imposes strict duties on care on mining right holders and regulators alike. I move that this House resolves, number 1, within 60 days, the Department of Agriculture, together with the MTPA and the Department of Water and Sanitation, submits to the Portfolio Committee a forensic report that indicates the audits done and also the state of the rehabilitation by Tungela Resources of the Wilgeolie catchment, as well as pinpointing the cause of the Loskop Dam fish kill, including any link to power outages, and prescribes concrete remedial actions, timelines, and responsible parties. Number 2, within 30 days, the same departments, together with SAPS, conduct and table a risk assessment on the public health, safety, and environmental hazards at Greenside Colliery and adjacent communities. Number 3, all state organs and private entities concerned must cooperate fully, furnish all requested information, and prioritize transparency in all these inquiries. I so move.
Thank you, Honorable Marshall. Does the House agree to adopt the motion?
No.
The motion is defeated. Any other motions without notice? That concludes this item on motions without notice. We are now on notices of motions. Are there any notices of motions? Honorable Chief Whip of the majority.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to move a notice of motion on behalf of the African National Congress that the House in its next sitting debate on provinces' notable decrease in crime rates. That the debate focuses on 1, the strategies employed which resulted in 17 categories of serious reported crimes dropping by 10% in the 4th quarter of the 2024-2025 financial year. Number 2, the measures that have been put in place which led to the reduction in murder cases to 26% and attempted murder cases to 28.1%. Number 3, to strategize on how to deal with the spike in sexual offenses in the province and car hijacking, specifically around the Emalahleni area. I so move, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Whip. The motion is noted and it will be dealt with. Honorable Nkambule.
Ngibonge Somlomo. Honorable Speaker, the House notes that the Premier of the Province, Honorable Mandla Ndlovu, is unable to act against the MEC for Education about her interference with administration in the department and her involvement in tender processes and corruption. Noting further that substantial evidence in the form of a video footage where the MEC was caught right-handed in a meeting with a well-known service provider who is close to her and rented her a car while attending the interviews for premiership. The service provider also provided MEC Dlamini with a free house to stay in before she moved to her state house. Also noting that the MEC has written letters to all supply chains officials, moving them from their responsibilities, which they were interviewed and hired for in line with the PSA. As we speak, the supply chain management section in the department does not have a director and other official. Further noting that Section 38 of PFMA stresses that the accounting officer is responsible for overall financial and administrative management of the department. And the MEC must not have direct involvement in the day-to-day administration. And in its next sitting, debate the conduct of the MEC and decide thereof, because the Premier is afraid to act according. I so move, Speaker.
Honorable Nkambule, the motion is noted and it will be dealt with. Honorable Skaledi.
I rise on behalf of the Democratic Alliance to table a motion with notice that this House in its next meeting debate the lack of standard operating procedures for our committees and come up with a solution that will give committees a uniform approach of accountability. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Skaledi. As well, the motion is noted and it will be dealt with. Those are the three motions that have been presented as formal motions that will be dealt with accordingly. We are now on formal motions. There is a formal motion in the order paper in the name of Honorable MC Sedibe. I have a speakers list in front of me. Let me allow Honorable R.J. Malachi from the Economic Freedom Fighters, whom we are going to allocate 8 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to your good self and all honorable members. Honorable Speaker, we are not only debating the irregular appointment of Nkoma's Special Economic Zone Chief Executive Officer, but we are also going to test whether the ruling party walked the talk when it says it is advocating for good and ethical government in all government institutions. Secondly, we will be able at the end of this debate to see honest and loyal members of this legislature who respect the oath that they took when they were sworn in as members. Contrary, we are also going to see the dishonest members of this House who will raise their hands up in defense of maladministration and corruption taking place in the government institution, in this case, Nkoma's Special Zone
Speaker,
Board of Directors.
Noise. Honorable Maslela,
We are
Honorable
saying
Mashi.
this because we have seen it happening before, where the ruling party uses its majority arrogance to defend corruption, and the individual who committed that corruption or maladministration because they are the so-called deployed cadre of the ANC. We have not brought this matter before this August House because of hatred, jealousy, or political espionage, but we have brought this matter precisely because we have substantial evidence that the process leading to the appointment of Nkoma's Special Zone, Economic Zone CEO by the Board of Directors. We brought this matter to this House for a decision on the following basis: that by the time her interviews subsequent her appointment as the CEO, Ms. Masalela was also a member of the board, and she has not resigned to allow for a cooling period of 6 months if she had interest as stipulated in the King 5 report, which governs the running of the public entity affairs. That the board did not follow the requirement of the post as advertised when shortlisting some of the applicants/candidate. The post advert requires that the candidate must have 10-year experience as a senior manager or 5 years experience as a general manager, among other things. However, the bone of the contention here is that the board overlooked this requirement and deliberately shortlisted non-qualifying candidate, deliberately left out qualifying candidate. A case in this point is that a shortlisted candidate who's currently a manager in the SCM in Mbombela local municipality. He is not a senior manager or a general manager. Even his CV is a witness to that. Another case in point is that of a municipal manager who has more than 10 years as both senior and general manager, as well as a master's degree, but was not shortlisted for the position, and there are many such candidates. Honorable Speaker, it is therefore on the basis that we brought this matter in the House proceedings. And as EFF, we recommend that the Nkomazi SES board be disbanded with immediate effect because it compromises the principle of good governance, transparency, and openness. It is an obvious fact that the board ignored its own advert for the post in order to make a way for own preferred candidate, and that also amount to gross nepotism. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, I would like to call upon the honest member of this August House, irregardless of partisanship or support, to support this motion so that all entrusted with similar responsibility in government department, public entity, and board of directors must learn from this that nepotism, maladministration, corruption will not be tolerated, and that everything they do, the principle of good and ethical government must be upheld at all material time. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Malachi. The next speaker on our list is Honorable L.A. Mbuyane from the African National Congress, whom we have also allocated 8 minutes.
Greetings to you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to the executive members, the honorable members, and greetings to the people of Mpumalanga. Today we are again invited by the opposition parties in this House to debate a litany embedded on propaganda and deception as a notion of motion on irregularities for the appointment of the Nkomazi SEZ CEO. An African luminary and revolutionary icon, Amilcar Cabral, warns us in some of his decorated works when he said, quote unquote, hide nothing from the masses of our people, tell no lies, expose lies whenever they are told, mask no difficulties, mistakes, and failures, claim no easy victories. The people of South Africa, and indeed the people of Mpumalanga, emphatically gave the ANC a popular mandate through the 2024 general elections vote to govern this province. Subsequently to this, Subsequent to this,
I want to. Sorry, Honorable Mbuyane. Honorable Kibi, you are going to raise an order.
Yes, I'm raising an order.
Okay, I don't want to waste your time. Under which rule so that we can pass? Because I don't want us to waste time today.
Chapter 637, Speaker.
Okay, read it.
Number B.
No. Listen, Kibi. You are going to read that rule in the House.
Yes, you can open it, Speaker.
If you do not have any rule, we will allow Honorable Mbuyane to continue.
Open it, you'll see what I'm talking
Continue,
about.
Honorable Mbuyane.
So
subsequent to this,
the
this
question that I'm raising,
ANC-led government has a legitimate mandate derived from a popular vote of the people to change their lives. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, the SEZ becomes one of the catalyst projects initiated by the ANC government to inject new economic opportunities for our people as we continue the journey to fight triple crisis and social reproduction. The appointment of a CEO of the SEZ is prescribed and is in accordance with the Special Economic Zones Act number 16 of 2014, read together with the Special Economic Zones Regulations 2018, which respectively entrust the authority and the responsibility to appoint a CEO to the board in consultation with the licensee. King 5 Code for Corporate Governance in South Africa outlines the principles of ethical and effective leadership, covering key characteristics and values that members of the governing body cultivate both individually and collectively. In this regard, especially central to this debate, are the characteristics and values relating to the necessity to avoid conflict. It is important to underline that the Court states that in cases where conflict cannot be avoided, it should be disclosed to the governing body and then be proactively managed. This is an ethical principle. Under the provisions relating to independence and conflicts, the Court states that at the beginning of each meeting of the governing body or its committees, in this case the Nkomazi SEZ and its committees, all members are required to declare whether any of them has conflict of interest in respect of any matter on the agenda. The Court further states that any such conflicts should be proactively managed as determined by the governing body of committee. In this case, in line with the applicable institutional policy, the declaration of interest on administration is also done annually. Accordingly, Honourable Speaker, we have been assured that there was adherence to the ethical principles relating to the conflict of interest and the associated disclosure. In terms of the assurance, not only was a potential conflict of interest disclosed at the outset when the recruitment progress under discussion started, but it was also avoided through the recusal of the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone board member, which was declared. Let us also put some factual matters into perspective so as to stop the misleading information that have been making rounds in the media houses. It's a complete lie and misrepresentation of facts that the MEC failed to follow the advertisement requirements to the latter. 4 suitable qualified candidates were shortlisted for the position of CEO on the 17th of April 2025. The MEC, as duly required by law, approved the shortlisting panel after consultation with the board, and ultimately one candidate was recommended for appointment, went through competence test and post it, which led to the provincial executive that has officially, within its powers, appointed the CEO for the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone. If we were to do a checklist, we would actually realize that the incumbent in question is overqualified, as a matter of fact, having diligently served the Tanzania municipality as head of administration. And surely she comes with vast experience to steer the SEZ into the right direction, which is aligned with the ANC policies and Vision 2030 of building a social, cohesive, and prosperous South Africa as outlined in the NDP. This will be done by eliminating poverty.
You have 1.5 minutes left, Honorable Mbuyane.
And inequality. The ANC is not only opposed to this frivolous motion, but reject it and view it as an abuse of parliamentary process by the EFF, which is licking its wounds as their preferred candidate.
See that next year when you contest elections.
As
we'll
their
remind
preferred
you.
candidate in the process,
We'll
suffered
remind you.
defeat contest for the CEO position. Honorable Speaker,
Sorry,
political maneuvering was the ideological assassination of competent women leadership that are expected to be protected based on gender struggle for the women emancipation in this country. The new democratic government in 1994 prioritized women empowerment and gender equality, leading to various policy and legislative change. It is on those bases that we appreciate the work done by Honorable MEC, which refused anti-intellectualism and populist mediocrity that has proven its ability to destroy state-owned entities. The ANC rejects this motion with the contempt it deserves, and thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity.
The SACP rejects, not the
Honorable
ANC.
Mbuyane. I'm now called upon our third speaker on our list, Honorable P.E. Shonge of the MK Party. 5 minutes allocated.
confused SACP members.
Honorable members, may I humbly request that we allow the members that have been given an opportunity to debate so that you yourself listen to the debate and the people outside who are our community to listen attentively to the debate. I'm humbly requesting. Honorable Shong.
Speaker, before that, Speaker, I've raised and you asked me the rule, and I explained to you the rule.
I said
chapter.
read the rule for us so that all of us we can hear what rule is that and we can refer to our
But
rule.
I've quoted the chapter, Speaker.
No,
You've got
read
people
it.
that should have
I'm
asked
giving you
you.
an opportunity for those who are not having the rule at their hands.
No, the
Read
rule is here. Everyone got a rule here.
Okay.
I've quoted the rule.
Honorable
but
Kibi, I'm giving you an instruction. Can you read the rule so that all of us we hear on what rule?
No,
you
but
are
Speaker,
No,
immediately when I give you the chapter, you must read that chapter. Because I've given you the chapter and the number on that map.
Honorable Kibi, I'm saying it again. Please. Read the rule for us.
No, it's useless. But
then sit
it's
down.
useless. It's useless
Then
now
sit
to read
down.
it because I wanted to ask a question to
Honorable
the
Shongwe,
fake
you can
communists.
continue.
But it's fine. But the rule, Speaker, it says chapter
Honorable
6.
Shongwe,
I'm reading
take
the
the
rules, Speaker.
podium.
I'm reading the rules.
Can you see?
I'm reading for you.
No, you mustn't waste our time, all of us here. When I say read the rule, read the rule. Read the rule.
No,
Okay, you are saying you are reading the rule. Please, Honorable Kibi.
Okay, let me read the rule. It's chapter 637. A member may not be interrupted. 37. A member may not interrupt another member while he's speaking, except to put a question to such member or call their attention. And number A, it says point of order. Number B, it says a question of a privilege. And that's the point that I was raising. And you didn't allow me to speak.
Because you didn't give the rule.
But it's fine. It's fine, Speaker. I was just questioning what was wrong.
Thank you very much then. Honorable Shongwe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the appointment of the CEO of Nkomazi SEZ raises too much concerns, more especially if the appointed candidate was a board member. The concerns varies from issues of conflict of interest, lack of transparency, and governance issues. It is correct to assume that the appointment of the candidate who is alleged to have been a board member may have had inside knowledge of and influence and could unfairly advantage him here in the selection process. That in itself had a tremendous negative impact on transparency. The appointment process is now deemed to have lacked transparency, leading to perceptions of favoritism or nepotism, which is informed by the fact that the panel may have treated the candidate as part of them. That being the case hampers governance issues, since the appointment may blur the lines between governance and management and potentially compromising the board's oversight role. Honorable Speaker, as MKP, we are asking ourselves questions which can only be answered by MEC regarding the eligibility of the candidate to apply for the CEO position, being the member of the board, and whether they declared any potential conflict of interest. We are wondering if the selection process was fair, transparent, and based on merit. What implication will this decision to appoint affect the board's ability to provide effective governance and oversight? Honorable Speaker, as things stand, we as Umkhonto weSizwe Party, we view this appointment of the CEO of the SEZ as a highly influenced process due to the fact that the MEC did not thoroughly check how the recommendations ignored some glaring facts. We are now left with no other decision either than believing that this appointment has been subjected to political considerations, and the appointment is now receiving questions because the process was overly influenced by political factors. We wish the House could resolve
that, that a thorough investigation be conducted into the allegations and irregularities in the appointment of the process of the CEO of the Nkomazi SEZ. The House should also consider the staying of the appointment of the CEO until the investigation is completed and a new process be initiated where a new advert for a CEO post will be developed, ensuring that now the process is legitimate, fair and transparent, and that the best candidate is selected for the position. Furthermore, Honourable Speaker,
1.5 minutes left.
Furthermore, Honourable Speaker, if the appointment of the is allowed to continue, it will compromise the intended benefit expected of the SEZ, that of contributing to the local economic emancipation and stimulating demand for local goods and services. As business in the zones requires inputs from local suppliers to create additional economic activities, and that might not be achieved because nepotism will have taken over and proper selection processes will never be adhered to. As I close, Honourable Speaker, allow me to quote from a book by Sunday Adileja, the book called The Mountain of Ignorance, open quote. At the roof of every form of ungodliness, injustice, nepotism, selfishness, every rivalry and competitive jealousy is the monster called greed. I so move, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Shongwe. The next speaker on our list is Honourable S.J. Masango from the Democratic Alliance. 4 minutes allocated, Honourable Masango.
Honourable Speaker, when my party asked me to debate today, I said yes, without knowing the topic. Honourable Speaker, these notices of motions are your babies, and you debate them at your own discretion. Honourable Speaker, such debates will be making a bad presidency. That any member who is not happy about the employment of a certain individual, then we must debate. I understand, Honourable Sidibe, that you have information which we don't have, unfortunately. The debate for today, Honourable Speaker, doesn't deserve to be debated on the following reasons. We can't be a referee and a player. We can't compromise our independence and our oversight over the executive. 2, there is a separation of power, which is the legislature and the executive. We elect the premier, and the premier appoint his executive to account to this House. The Constitution, the laws and rules of this legislature gave us processes to hold the executive to account. E.g., you can have statements, questions, etc. This is actually an interference in a legal process that should be taking place somewhere, and I will elaborate later. The debate does cast actually an aspersion against the MEC without substantive evidence, because some of us don't have any evidence to debate on this matter. Honourable Speaker, we are elected by the people of Mpumalanga to be here. Therefore, our debate should be in the interest of the people of Mpumalanga, or public importance of the people of Mpumalanga. It means something that will assist the government, but not an individual. This should be dealt differently through the right mechanism. Honourable Speaker, it doesn't matter which way we are going to vote. The fact is that we are going to preempt the results or the outcome without following due processes of having an investigation report with facts and findings in front of us to take an informed decision. Our decision will
You
be
have
based...
1 minute left, Honorable Masango.
Our decision will be based on a hearsay, and our decision could be used in a court of law if someone from the board or the department or somewhere can take this matter. Speaker, use your discretion. What is in the best interest of the people of Mpumalanga to debate? You are in charge of these motions. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Masango. Thank you. Our next speaker on our list is Honorable W. Weber from the Freedom Front Plus. 4 minutes.
Madam Speaker, akuvumeki kahle ukuthi ngisondele kakhulu kulaba jaha laba bembatha izingubo ezibomvu akhuleni. Madam Speaker, I have some good arguments in favor of limited and managed cadre deployment. But I am an opposition party, and I will not give these arguments to the ANC governing party. I will leave them with the embarrassment of not being able to justify what they're doing. Amen. Okay. Madam Speaker, if I look at this specific case, it seems that the candidate is quite capable, but the procedure of appointment raises some concerns. Therefore, I believe that we must have a relook at this situation and make sure that the procedure is correct. And if correct, then the appointment is valid. But in this case, I'm not completely comfortable with the process, and therefore I go along with my most violent enemies, political enemies. I support, but I support it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Honorable Weber. Our next speaker on the list is Honorable G.N. Demande from the MK Party, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, members of the legislature, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Speaker, I am grateful to represent Umkhonto weSizwe Party in this important debate. The appointment of the CEO of Nkomazi Special Economic Zone has raised concern about the integrity of the process leading to the appointment. The allegations suggest that the minimum requirements for the post were not fully adhered to, and to a certain extent ignored. This has severely compromised the integrity of the appointment. Honorable Speaker, the integrity of the interview panel for the position of the CEO for the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone is highly questionable. With allegation of compromise, this raised serious concern about the fairness and transparency of the appointment process. The compromise panel may have led to a biased decision-making, potentially favoring a particular candidate over others. It is believed that the panel that interviewed the CEO lacked objectivity because they were interviewing a person who was also board member, and that may have resulted in an unfair assessment of candidate. The alleged compromise of the panel undermined trust in the appointment processes and the institution as a whole. As the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, we believe that the appointment of the CEO was not merit-based. We therefore wanted to caution this House that this irregular appointment could have serious consequences for the effective management of the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone, potentially impacting economic development and job creation. Honorable Speaker, Umkhonto weSizwe Party would like to call on the legislature to commission through or thoroughly investigation into the appointment of the CEO to determine whether proper procedures were followed. We also believe that action needs to be taken against those responsible for the irregularities in the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone appointment processes of the CEO. The legislature is better posed and committed to ensure that appointments to key positions are made in a fair, transparent, and merit-based manner. In this case, Honorable Speaker, as the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, we are not convinced that the appointment satisfies the criteria set. Honorable Speaker, ours is to ensure that oversight function to the executive are not compromised, and in the instances the Honorable MEC Masilela has dropped the ball and failed in insisting that adherence.
You have less than 1.5 minutes left.
Text of the advert to the CEO position as followed to the letter. We are left with no reason but to believe that incompetence of the board members involved in the selection process of candidate and mark for the position of the CEO have seriously compromised the appointment process, and that is also caused the MEC to turn a blind eye on a glaring red flag that came with the recommendation to appoint the CEO for Nkomazi Special Economic Zone. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the alleged incompetence of both the MEC and the panel highlight the need to reform to improve effective governance and accountability in the public situation. Umkhonto weSizwe Party want to call for the re-advertising of the post and proper process to be followed to appoint the sustainable and deserving candidate. I so move. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndimande. We are calling upon Honorable T.A. Sikaledi from the Democratic Alliance. 4 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have to say I was a bit perplexed that this motion was allowed to be presented in its current form. Rule 86, subsection 1 states that, and I quote, any notice of motion which is inconsistent with the Constitution, the practice, or the rules may be amended or otherwise dealt with as the Speaker may decide. I say this due to the fact that we have not been notified of any administrative challenge, contestation, or the process that has been undergone. No complaint to our knowledge has been submitted to the PSC, neither is there any inquiry on this matter. Neither is there any judgment or facts pointing to impropriety. Thus, we are debating allegations that neither have been tested substantively nor procedurally. I need to emphasize that there is no formal investigation or outcome on this issue that we are debating today. Therefore, as the legislature, acting on this would be overreaching, as my colleague has already spoken and alluded to. In terms of the separation of powers, in this country we have the system of separation of powers to prevent autonomous power and to prevent the abuse of power. In short, all available options have not been explored. Furthermore, no submission or formal complaint has been made to the Public Service Commission or any other relevant oversight body to substantiate the claims of improper recruitment. In the absence of such procedural steps, the motion remains based on speculation and political posture, rather than verifiable fact. Most concerning, however, is that the legislature has advocates as legal advisors, and it is their constitutional and professional duty to properly vet and analyze the motion before it is allowed to proceed to this House. It is the responsibility of legal counsel to ensure that motions conform to the rules of the legislature, are supported by evidence, and do not subject the House to the risk of reputational damage or legal challenge. The absence of such advice to the Speaker in this manner, in order to protect the integrity of the proceedings, has now placed this House in a precarious position, where debate is being invited on the basis of unverified accusations, bypassing all due process. I urge this House to treat this matter with the seriousness it deserves, because any outcome that is in favor of the motion to remove any individual based on opinions and not facts in the form of an investigative outcome by a reputable institution would be open for legal scrutiny, especially on this law-making institution. I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Skaledi, who are now calling upon our next speaker on our list, Honorable MC Masilela from the African National Congress, 8 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members of the Provincial Legislature, Sanbonani. Madam Speaker, I stand firm to debunk in the strongest terms possible the misguided and unfortunate narrative from the EFF, which seeks to vilify the recent progressive and strategic appointment of the Chief Executive Officer of the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone, Dr. Nontobeko Mahlalela. The false and misguided narrative, particularly from those in the red overalls, must be treated with the contempt it deserves. We are confident and proud to stand before you to confirm without fear of contradiction that the appointment of the CEO followed all the processes as espoused in the Act governing the entity to the latter. However, Madam Speaker, it is disheartening and unfortunate that we come to this August House during a significant month of June, where we should be deliberating on how, as a province, we plan to address the challenges faced by our youth. During this month, we should be using this House as a platform to deliberate on how we are going to reduce youth unemployment and many other social ills confronting young people. Unfortunately, we are forced to come and debate the appointment of a highly qualified, capable woman with a solid, proven track record. Since the appointment of Dr. Mahlalela as CEO of Nkomazi SEZ, Honorable Sidibe from the EFF has made it his personal agenda to delegitimize the appointment, despite numerous attempts to clarify to him the process followed. For some strange reasons, Honorable Sidibe chose to ignore the fact that the CEO is highly qualified and brings extensive administrative experience to the SEZ. He decided to send a number of questionable questions to myself under the guise of holding the executive accountable, whereas actual reason was to use the whole process for narrow political interest. Therefore, it is our considered view that Honorable Sidibe is grandstanding, and he is unfortunately using the appointment to gain political mileage. Honorable Speaker, the ANC-led government in Mpumalanga has a responsibility to educate our people, including Honorable Sidibe, on governance issues and how appointments such as the one in question are made. We'll continue to exercise maximum patience and humility when we take the likes of Honorable Sidibe on an educational excursion on the basic requirements and processes involved in making appointments of this magnitude. From the onset, I want to assure honorable members and the people of Mpumalanga that despite this unsubstantiated allegation by the EFF, this government remains committed to clean, ethical, and transparent government. Firstly, I need to indicate to this House that the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone is governed by the Special Economic Zone Act.
Okay, Honorable Masilela, just a bit. Honorable Mkamela.
Thank you very much. The Honorable MEC is confusing us.
Can we? I just want to be consistent. If you can just indicate on which rule you are raising
The Honorable
a point of order.
MEC is confusing
Are
us.
you on
One moment she's
Okay.
saying this
No, no,
debate
no,
is
no.
Honorable
No,
Sedive,
no,
the
no,
other
no.
moment
Honorable
is
Mkhabela, can you
EFF.
then sit down?
She is
No, no,
confusing
no, we're not
us.
going to listen to that. No, 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 Honorable
No,
Mkhabela.
she must correct
No,
that.
Honorable Mkhabela, no, don't do that. Raise
She
an
must- she
order,
must correct
raise
that.
Raise an order. No
I'm
one,
raising an order that the MEC
this rule
is
book,
confusing
there's
us.
nowhere where it says, Honorable Mkhabela, can you sit down now?
No, there's someone who's asking a rule. I want to
Honorable
respond
Sedibe,
to the person
I'm
now.
saying, if there's an order, can she refer me to a
It's
rule?
Miss Kathy
So
Dlamini.
that we
Kathy,
don't
stop
just
that.
keep coming when people are
Honorable
speaking.
Speaker, the MEC must stop what she's doing.
Honorable Mkhabela.
Kathy
I'm
is
going-
asking for the rule.
I am. Who is asking for the rule?
It's Kathy.
No, no, no. I'm asking you. You are calling for
Mina,
an
I'm
order.
saying the MEC must be specific.
You are
Now
calling
she's
for an
debating.
order.
She's saying one moment is Honorable
Honorable Mkhabela, you are
Sedibe,
going to sit down.
one
if you are not
moment
going
is
to
the
listen.
EFF.
Honorable Mkhabela, please sit down.
It's chapter
No,
6,
no, no, you
37.
can, you just sit down now. And I don't like what you are doing,
Chapter 6,
Honorable
37.
Mkhabela. No, no, no. Your chapter 6 and 7 in the rules. I think I do not like the manner in which you are conducting yourself.
But I'm a
No, no,
member
no,
and
no,
I'm
no. Can you
raising
listen to
I'm
me?
raising a
Because I've been
matter.
listening to you.
The problem with you,
I am saying- no,
you
no,
don't
no,
want
no,
to
no. Can you
listen.
sit
I'm
down
raising a
and
matter that
listen?
she's debating.
This
She's
attitude of yours.
But
of
it's not
making
what
sure that you
attitude?
want to be the one
What
man standing.
attitude when I'm saying
Can
she's
you sit
confusing
down?
us?
Can you sit down?
She is confusing
can I
us.
request that Mkhabela
Kathy,
sit
man,
down?
stop that thing.
No, 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 no.
You don't
can
want to
stop
fight with
that
me.
attitude. It's not right.
That is not an attitude.
Can you sit down?
The attitude is the one that you are showing
Honorable
now.
Mkhabela, sit down.
That is the attitude.
Honorable Mkhabela, sit down.
But you
Don't
must,
catch
you must
feelings,
not.
Honorable
Now
Mkhabela,
I know you
I'm
must
saying
talk
for the last
nicely.
time,
Don't
if
talk
you
like
can sit
that.
down.
I'm not
I
a
am
child.
talking like this because you
No,
don't respect
don't
this
do that.
house.
Don't do that. Don't scare me. I'm not scared of you.
Honorable
Don't try to
Mkhabela.
scare me. I'm not scared.
Honorable, okay. Honorable Masango, Honorable Squakwa. But Honorable Mkhabela, I don't like the way you are conducting.
Don't try to
Now-
scare me as well.
No, 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 I'm not scaring you.
No,
But
talk
you
nicely.
must raise
Talk
your
like you're
hand.
talking to a human being.
No.
Talk to me like you're talking to a human being.
I'm talking to you like.
No, don't shout at me.
No, you are shouting at the house.
Don't shout at me.
Honorable Masango,
Don't catch feelings.
I don't catch any
Don't
feelings.
catch feelings.
Honorable MEC Mashilo. No. Honorable
Which rule?
Honorable Mashilo.
Which rule?
No. Honorable members, what you are doing is not right.
But you must be
Okay.
consistent.
Being consistent.
Stop
that is
calling
why-
others to
that
assist
is
you.
why-
You must know how to talk.
Okay.
Point of order. Honorable
Okay,
Speaker.
wait a bit, Honorable
Rule.
MEC. Wait a bit, Honorable MEC. I'm going to call you again. Honorable members, what you are doing is not right. That is why I was humbly requesting Honorable Mkhabela not to speak on when she does not refer an order on a certain rule. I think what the honorable members are trying to do now are trying to call Uguti, why are we doing like this? Because Honorable Mkhabela persistently and continuously is speaking while she has not been given a platform to speak. But I did not give you an opportunity to speak, but you still continue to speak. No, I did not. When I did, I asked you.
You did.
Okay, sit down then.
You
so that I
did.
can
You
tell
asked for
Yes.
whatever, but you did. You asked for a rule, but
Exactly.
you did point me.
I did point you, and I asked you
Talk
for
slowly so that you don't miss your
Okay.
words.
Sit down.
Take it slowly.
Again, I did
Talk
call
slowly,
you.
don't
I
rush.
did call you. I'm going to speak slowly. I'm going to speak as fast as I can to tell you that I have
Contradicting
called you
yourself. You're
called
contradicting
you.
yourself.
I have called you, and I've asked you for a rule.
Contradicting
that refers-
yourself when you speak
No,
fast.
no,
That
no,
is
no.
why I'm afraid you must lower. Take it low.
I'm not going to slower.
You are
Honorable
making
Mkhabela.
mistakes.
I'm coming
You are
again.
making mistakes.
Honorable Mkhabela, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to fall for it.
You are inside me.
No.
You are scaring me now. Now you're scaring me. You know what I'm trying to do. Haibo.
Okay. Honorable Masilela, may you continue.
No, you noted.
If one
Honorable
reads Section
Mashilo,
7
Honorable
of the
Speaker.
Act, it clearly
No.
outlines how an advisor report.
I am dismissing everybody to speak now. I'm allowing Honorable Masilela to speak.
If one reads Section 7 of the Act, it clearly outlines how an advisory board of the economic zone is to be established and who shall constitute as members of the board. Furthermore, Section 13 of the Act goes on to outline the code of conduct and disclosures of interest by advisory board members. In this regard, the appointment of the Chief Executive Officer for a special economic zone is governed by Regulation 5, subsection 1, 2, and 3 of the Special Economic Zone Regulation of 2018, issued under the Special Economic Zone Act. The Act empowers the SEZ board to appoint the CEO of the SEZ entity. This implies that the board is responsible for the selection and appointment of the CEO. Regulation 10, subsection 2 of the Special Economic Zones Regulations of 2018 provides, amongst others, that a member of the board must make a full disclosure of any conflict of interest, including any potential conflict of interest. B, may not vote, attend, or participate in any proceedings of the board in relation to any matter before the board in respect of which they have a conflict of interest or potential conflict of interest. And C, must comply with any of the board as to whether or not they are entitled to participate in any particular proceedings of the board. Now, I strongly advise the EFF to familiarize itself with the Act of the SEZ in order to formulate a proper view relating to the state-owned enterprises and its recruitment processes. However, judging by the allegations they are leveling against the appointment of the CEO, one will be forgiven to think that their argument is based on gossips and rumor mongering, and therefore it is baseless. Dr. Matlalela was duly appointed following all legislative prescripts. She brings wealth of knowledge, experience, expertise, proven record, and solid background in public administration to the state-owned enterprises. As you are aware, she is the former municipal manager of Ehlanzen District Municipality. Her leadership is rooted in a deep understanding of the complexities of regional and local economic development. Contrary to what the EFF would want us to believe, the department is pleased with her appointment, as she possessed the leadership qualities needed to deliver the many exciting economic development initiatives that are planned by the SEZ, as well as ensuring that a high quality of service to our investors and communities is maintained. Therefore, this honorable House should frown upon political parties that are determined to use the appointment of a highly qualified, capable woman as a popularity contest and to score cheap political points. We view this allegation by the EFF as a baseless and a frivolous attempt to regain relevance in the face of serious electoral hammering. We are proud of her appointment, and it is in line with the three priorities of the seventh administration, with special attention to the priority of building a capable, ethical, and developmental state. The regulations are clear that the board is granted the discretion to appoint a chief executive officer. There is no mechanism in the Act and in the regulations that dictate the process of shortlisting. Needless to say that the process must be fair and within the legislative framework and the law. In conclusion, I wish to submit that the process of shortlisting was fair and above board. To this end, I consider the matter closed. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Masilela. Calling upon our last speaker. Okay. As the principle on which rule?
Of our committee rule.
Yes, chapter 6, rule number
38. It states that member may not deliberately mislead the House. Our motion was sent by the EFF speaker, not by Honorable Colin Sidip. So we ask the MEC to go and correct that statement because we are in record. So our motion is sent by the EFF. Thank you.
Honorable Sedibe is the one who presented on your behalf, but I think, no, it's fine, on behalf of the EFF, yeah. Honorable Sedibe? No, Honorable.
Have you not?
No.
Yeah.
No, we are not correcting anything. I think if there's, no. Allow Honorable Sedibe to debate, please.
Is Action SA not debating today?
I didn't hear you
Yeah.
calling them.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
That's a geezer.
Come on, Honorable
Okay,
Sedibe.
thank you, Speaker. MEC Masilela, I have 14 years in public service as a senior government official and 11 years in this legislature. The most senior in this legislature is me. All of you, you find me here and you leave me here. So I've got a vast experience both in the legislature and in the administration. And no one has casted doubt on the appointed candidate. If you get our debate honestly, I, for one, Mr. Mbuya, know the candidate, Dr. Matlelela, better than you. I've worked with her in the local government. We started local government here in 1999. So by that time, I know you were still selling insurances. You'll not know that. But
Honorable Sedibe, point of order on which rule, Honorable MEC? No.
Yes.
I have asked him.
Well, yeah, the rules will start to work. That's great. Yeah, I'm rising in terms of Rule 37. Okay. You see, Honorable Speaker, 37.1.
Can-
Yes. Yes. Honorable Speaker.
Okay.
It is
Stop
not
the
fair
time.
to Honorable Member to refer to Honorable.
Speaker,
Okay.
he must read. You said I must read. He
Hey,
must
sit
read.
down,
He
sit
must
down.
read it.
No.
He
Sit
must
down.
read.
Okay.
Kibi.
He must read.
Kibi.
Well,
Kibi. Honorable MEC, wait a bit.
Well,
Honorable Kibi, I am requesting you. I know you can stand and you can share this meeting, but I'm sharing it. Honorable MEC, can you please go to...
But when you share this meeting, Speaker, you must be consistent. Consistency is very
keep
important.
quiet? Can you a bit keep quiet? Because that's what I'm doing. Don't assist me.
Well,
Honorable MEC, please read the rule for the House.
yeah, but Speaker, I'm rising in terms of Rule 37.1A on a point of order. But if we want to run this legislation like this, I can tell you. Read. No, it talks about
Yes,
this
right.
point of order. I call the point of order. I call the point of order. How? No. Speaker, your duty is to manage this legislature. You ask me, and I don't like it because I don't disrupt other people. I call a point of order. I've made reference, Rule 37.1A, and I mentioned it. Point of order. What else must we do? I don't think this legislature belongs to all of us seated here. It's the legislature of the people. If you want to deteriorate and run the legislation this way, I can tell you it's not going to be correct. Rule and Honorable Sidibe is debating. I'm calling a point of order to Honorable Sidibe. Procedure, you must sit down as is stated. Allow me to say what I want to say. Not in the manner that we want to run this legislature. It's not correct. Honorable Sidibe, he make reference to say Honorable Mbuan was selling the insurance. The matter is not about attacking Honorable to say he's selling the insurance. The matter raised is about the debate. So it's incorrect to refer and leave the matter and to refer to Honorable Mbuan as selling the insurance. It is not up to the interest of this legislation. Thank you. And it's your duty, Speaker, it's not the duty of these members, because all of us can disrupt these sittings. And then all of us will be out of this sitting.
What do you want us to do, honorable members? Can we allow the community and the House to proceed in a manner in which the people who are listening to us can respect us in the manner in which we expect them to respect us? I am pleading once again. No, nobody, Honorable Ngwenya, no. I'm saying, Honorable Sedibe is on the platform. Honorable Sedibe, can you continue?
Okay, thank you, Speaker, and members of this legislature. Pardon me for not calling you Honorable Speaker and honorable members today. I'm doing so because the word honorable has a meaning and is derived from the words honesty and integrity. So to be an honorable member and a man and woman of integrity, you must earn it through your actions, not by imposing it to you. More often than not, many members of the legislature tend to forget that they took the oath of office here in this house and signed during the swearing-in ceremony. Perhaps this debate will give us an opportunity to remind them that they even ask God to help them in discharging their duties with honesty and to the best of their ability. They even ask God to say He must help them to uphold the Constitution of the Republic and other law, but they have not forgotten because they are now on gravy train. Now the biggest test that you must pass today as honorable members, in full view of the public and the people of Mpumalanga, will be how you respond to this motion of malfeasance and wrongdoing by the Komazi Special Economic Zone Board. The people are here on different media platforms, streamed live by the legislature, to see you live on who you are and whether are you practicing what you preach or not, especially you practicing what you preach or not, especially you ANC members or members of the ruling party. The EFF speaker who came before me has presented the facts and merits of our motion. Mine is to provide you with the substantial evidence that supports our motion so that you will be the judges. I therefore submit to you, Speaker, the copies of the CV. Sergeant in Arms. The CVs, and you can also give to the leader of government business of the people who were shortlisted. The one who was not qualifying, who is the supply chain manager in Bombela, and then part was shortlisted. And the one who was qualifying, who is a general manager, municipal manager in a municipality, and as a master's in business administration, part was not shortlisted. So that is the evidence that everyone was crying about, to prove to the House that the EFF is not lying and that the process was flawed and that it is not false and misguiding as the MEC is saying. Honorable Speaker, I'm also submitting to you the advertisement for the post, which detail requirement to ascertain yourself whether the EFF is lying or misleading the House once more, and you will be the judge. It is attached there. The fact that the appointed Komazi Special Economic Zone CEO was herself a board member during the time of her appointment leaves much to be desired and provide high possibility of a collusion between her and the board of directors as fellow colleague. I'm saying this because according to the Special Economic Zone Act, number 16 of 2014, MEC, which you think we don't know, give powers to the board to appoint CEO together with the Human Resource Subcommittee of the board. Equally, the Act also gives powers to the MEC to appoint the board in the case of provinces and in the case of national, the minister. The SEZ board itself is not properly constituted in line with Chapter 5.2 of the Special Economic Zone Act number 16 of 2014, which stipulates that the composition of the board must be broadly representative with due regard to race, gender, and regional representation, as well as expertise and experience. Chapter 6 of the same SEZ Act further stipulate, MEC, I'm lecturing you now, you must listen properly. It's a free lecture. Now, it stipulates that no person below position of Director General or where appropriate Deputy Director General must be appointed to the board. And this requirement too was not followed when appointing the SEZ board. I'm saying this because I have went through the profiles and CVs of all the board members and established that they don't meet these requirements and they must be dissolved with immediate effect. All government institutions, state-owned entities and boards are highly regulated. They are governed by the Constitution and other law that you, as members, committed to uphold and respect here in this legislature, in the presence of the general public and the judges. The King 4 report on corporate governance in South Africa 2016, which governs the public or state-owned entities, principal term, stipulates that the board must concentrate on its oversight role on the executive and its powers to delegate to management. But in this case, the board acted contrary to the act by appointing its own member as an executive, confusing delegation with appointment. Honorable Speaker, the Public Finance Management Act 1 of 1999, Section 49 2B, stipulates that board members must exercise their fiduciary duties with integrity, honestly, and in the best interest of the public entity. It further makes emphasis that board must discourage conflict of interest that could arise if board members assume the role of the executives, like it happened in the SEZ board. So the board again acted contrary to the PFM8 laws by appointing its member. As I conclude, Honorable Speaker, we are quoting these few pieces of different legislation to prove to you that the EFF we have a solid ground to escalate the matter successfully with other relevant authorities. As the EFF, we have done our task timelessly. We are sent here to the electorate. But just a second, Honorable Speaker. We are indulgent.
We are not Speaker.
We are building the nation here. So what I'm saying, the people will remember you, members of the ANC, for what we are doing. They are watching you, and we will follow you. I'm going to look at you one by one at your face as we. And then
now you can take your seat, Honorable.
Thank you.
Much. No, thank you very much, honorable members. I think we have come almost towards the conclusion of this debate. But just before we can go whether we adopt or not, let me, in terms of Rule 34, Sub-Rule 14, that says members may not bring or circulate any unauthorized article, object, or exhibit into the chamber for debating purposes without the prior approval of the Speaker. As a result, I would request not to take this document as presented before me because I have not, have an opportunity to can approve or authorize it. May it be taken back, maybe, that's what I'm going to request for now. Then now, what I'm going... Honorable Sedibe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The members here who were debating from the DA and the other side, they said they don't have evidence. I'm providing you with the evidence so that you can go through it yourself and satisfy yourself and them. So, no. I didn't know that they don't know the.
Okay, Honorable Sedibe, thank you very much. I understand, but I'm not be circulated.
Okay, we'll deliver them in your office, no problem. As we finish here. And we'll deliver to offices of other members.
A vote, because this particular motion is a formal motion. And we are going to vote by a show of hand. And I would want to give an opportunity that every member who is outside can come in so that we can start this process of a vote. Okay. Those members who are saying they are supporting the motion, may you raise.
We are going to be our legitimate target. We are looking at you. Huh?
Those.
Give them 2 minutes.
To you like we are coming to Israel.
Okay.
DA, there's an evidence here. Support.
Okay. Can you start your counting?
Bakwateli lifestyle, usasika supportangi lifestyle. Lifestyle deal with us or we
Okay,
can't support.
16 years. Those who are saying the motion cannot be adopted, who are saying no? Yeah. Any abstainers? Okay, those who are abstaining. Okay, thank you very much. The voting goes like those who says yes, they are 15, says no, 21, abstain 4. As a result, the motion has been defeated. Now we are now going to request the secretary to read the first order of the day.
Order number 1, questions for oral reply to the members of the Executive Council.
Thank you very much, honorable members. I have a question paper in front of me with the questions for oral reply for members of the Executive Councils. I am informed that the question paper was duly circulated to all the members of the legislature. We will now proceed for the questions for oral reply as they appear on the order paper. The first question that is going to be entertained is question number 40. But maybe before that, let me indicate that I've got some few apologies from our honorable MECs. Honorable MEC Tomo, all the questions that are for MEC Tomo will be answered by Honorable MEC Masie. For MEC Shope, also by MEC Masie. Those for MEC Machuba by MEC Manzini. Thank you very much. Question number 40, Honorable MM Padi, she is not here. That particular question is going to pass. Yes, we are going to question number 41, Honorable Deeping Kosi from the African National Congress to ask the MEC for cooperative governance, human settlement and traditional affairs.
Yabonga Speaker. Bengibalekile. Honorable Deeping Kosi ANC to ask the MEC for cooperative governance, human settlement and traditional affairs. The South African Human Rights Commission released its investigative inquiry report on the 17 local municipalities and the 3 district municipalities in Mpumalanga and found that some of these municipalities are failing to provide clean and drinkable water, address the chronic sewage spillages, and have a huge ESCOM debt. The question is, regarding the above, what steps is the department taking to strengthen municipal oversight, ensure accountability, and build capacity of local government to meet its constitutional obligation? In our response, the department monitors and supports municipalities to establish relevant portfolio committees that are tasked within the responsibility of overseeing the effective implementation of service delivery projects. These committees also conduct oversight visits that are aimed at executing the oversight function on local projects, and they are reportedly directly to municipal council with a clear recommendations. Department also supports municipalities in recruiting and appointing suitable qualified senior managers, particularly engineers in the technical service departments. Department further second experienced officials like what they have done in Nkomazi, Honorable Member. Officials in instances where municipalities do not have sufficient capacity to enhance their service delivery mandate and ensures that they are skilled and sufficient supervisory and operational personnel, personnel in the service delivery departments. The Premier's Coordinating Forum, PCF, and MEC are held regularly at the provincial level and are used effectively to intergovernmental relations forum to exchange best practices and share experience in how to improve municipal performance. The department is also conducting annual capacity building program to empower councillors to strengthen their municipal oversight activities. The training includes, amongst others, municipal governance, monitoring and evaluation, project management, and basic financial skills. The next question: how is the department doing to assist struggling municipalities to improve financial management? Our response are as follows. The department is working with the provincial treasury, SALGA, and the district to improve municipal financial management. The department is also strengthening its municipal support integrated plan, which includes budget funding plans, financial recovery plans, and revenue enhancement strategies to improve their financial obligations. These initiatives incorporate stringent measures to control expenditures, cap losses, and maximize revenue from current sources and explore alternative revenue sources. Question 3. Can department present to this House possible solution to address the ever-increasing ESCOM debts? Our response: the ESCOM debt is historical and is very difficult for municipality to settle. It is due to its magnitude and the amount of interest it accumulated on a monthly basis. It was for these reasons that the National Treasury introduced a debt relief program for municipalities. These programs allow municipalities to only focus on settling the current account, and servicing only the current account is the most affordable way to service the ESCOM debts. In addition to the debt relief program, department working with provincial treasury, SALGA, and the district municipality is supporting municipalities on revenue maximization through implementations of the revenue enhancement. RES seeks to realize more revenue so that municipalities can have more money to service the ESCOM debts. Department also championing the ring-fencing of electricity revenue, and that electricity revenue should only be used to service the ESCOM. Recently, we had a meeting with the Minister of Energy, Dr. Ramokopa, to find another amicable solution to respond to the challenges. And indeed, the Minister put some proposals which we are currently considering in a so-called DAA. Roman figure 4, which municipality qualify for municipal debt relief in the province? Our response are as follows. The following municipalities qualify are participating in the ESCOM debt relief program. 1, Emalahleni, Dipaliseng, Victor Kanye, Emakazeni, Tabachweu, City of Mbombela, Lekwa, and indeed Musua Lekwa. Question number 5, Honorable MEC, are you happy with the state of municipality in the province? And if not, what is the turnaround strategy? Our response: the department will continue to implement the financial viability strategies such as budget funding plans, financial recovery plans, and revenue enhancement strategies. The department will also continue to monitor integrated planning and service delivery initiative through the district development model. Constant meetings are held with the municipality through the MECs forum and to enhance support. Indeed, we are not happy. It is these reasons that I've mentioned earlier. Together with the minister, we have initiated a program and we have introduced a new model called DAA as way of assisting municipalities to recover the money owed by the communities, which is the non-payment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, MEC. Please don't switch off that mic until you are finished. Thank you very much. Honorable Deeping Kosi, do you have any follow-up question?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Let me appreciate the responses from the Honorable MEC. Yes, I do have one follow-up question. It is regard on the municipalities which are under the ESCOM debt review arrangement. I just want to check if there's any improvement from those municipalities as they have been under the ESCOM debt relief program, and you may respond if you do have that information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable MEC.
Well, recently we have assessed those municipalities, including their budget looks, and we have found those municipalities making some progress, not so huge. Hence, they will not have what we referred as the unfunded mandate, because that it has assisted them to recover some cost so that they can have a funded budget in their budget that just passed last month.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Follow-up question, Honorable Sedibe. You will be followed by Honorable Masango.
Thank you, Speaker. MEC, the Nkomazi local municipality is totally bankrupt. I think we are aware of that it has collapsed. And as we speak, the employees have not get their salaries today. And they say they are looking for a loan of about 140 million for the municipality to get started again. What is your intervention in this regard? Because a municipal manager has resigned, and I think we've appointed an administrator currently, or is an administrator or what, but the municipality coffers are dry. They don't have a cent as we speak. What action have you taken, and what is your intervention in that regard? More especially with regards to these employees who will be on the street from tomorrow because they have not received their salaries. Thank you.
The reason that we have intervened in Nkomazi is precisely some of the issues we have mentioned. We have appointed or deployed a municipal manager, not the administrator. The municipal manager will be deploying the CFO as well. We are assisting the municipalities to pay salaries. Hence, the municipal manager, when he addressed the workers, did mention that will not pay the overtime, because what we have realized over time that the contributing factor to the cost of the municipality. So there is an intervention we are making, and we hope that intervention certainly will bring a good result.
Honorable Masango.
Thank you, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think we have seen this Human Rights Commission report, and it got some sort of recommendations. But what I want to know, what is your department doing to ensure that these municipalities are actually implementing those recommendations of the human rights? It was not only the human rights, but I know somewhere, if not Emalahleni, even the public protector did his or her own investigation. Thank you.
Well, indeed, those recommendations are gets implemented. We have put a team together. If you may look some of the issues raised by the Human Rights Commissions around the sewer of Emalahleni today and the blockages, you will see some news different. It's unfortunately because other issues are not get known and are not circulated, only the negative, they get popularities. But we are responding. I visited the sewer in terms of our intervention. The system we've put there is coming better, and some of the sewer drainages that we have put there, I think there is something that is currently happening. So we are at an advanced, and it's not going to be easy. Majority of these municipalities are informed by not having sufficient resources, either from the household payment, and we have put government to make sure that all the debts they are owing, they are paying through the through the provincial treasury. we are assisting those municipalities, and I think there's a great progress.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. We now on question number 42 by Honorable T.S. Khoza of the African National Congress to ask the MEC for help.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The question from Honorable T.S. Khoza from the ANC. Magudu village in Komazi has a population of approximately 4.3 and 900 households, and the nearest clinic is approximately 5 kilometers. The village has no clinic and relies on Gobodzi village clinic with a population of more than 10,400. The community of Magudu village requests the clinic. The first question is, can the Honorable MEC detail the prerequisites for a village to qualify to get a clinic? The response is that yes, the department is guided by accessibility standards for the integrated health facility planning framework, which dictates that for a population to have access to a fixed health facility, it needs to have a population of between 8,000 and 10,000 people. The area must be located at least 5 kilometers away from the nearest primary health care facility. These norms assist the department to be able to use the limited resources equitable and efficiently based on the population need and accessibility. The second question, if the village qualifies to get a clinic, when is the department planning to build one? As an assessment was conducted to determine the need for a primary health care facility in the village, the finding reveals that the area is approximately 6 kilometers away from the existing Gobodi clinic, and the current population size was found to be below the required norm of 8,000 to 10,000 people as per the integrated health planning framework. And indeed, currently the area does not qualify for a fixed clinic according to the norms of the integrated health planning framework. And the department is reviewing the service platform on an annual basis to identify areas that may need the establishment of fixed facilities pending availability of funds. Therefore, we'll review the area again in next financial year. The third question, can the Honorable MEC provide the reason why Mgobozi CHC is not operating 24 hours a day while it was designated to be a CHC? Firstly, it is important to clarify that Mgobozi Clinic was never formally designated, designed, or designated as a community health center. It was developed and resourced based on clinic level planning norms, not as CSC. According to the integrated health planning framework, specific criteria should be met for a facility to operate on a 24-hour basis on a community health center. These include a population catchment of between 50,000 and 60,000 people. And in addition, the workload indicator for staffing needs requires a minimum annual head count of 65,895 or 5,491 patients per month, and maximum of 105,432 per annum, or 8,786 patients per month. In the case of Mgobozi Clinic, the estimated population is 10,113, and the annual head count is approximately 39,416, which averages around 3,284 patients per month. These figures are significantly below the threshold required for CSC status and 24-hour operation. That said, from a geographical access perspective, the clinic is located 30 kilometers from Langelop CSC, 24 kilometers from Mangweni CSC, which, and also to mitigate this challenge, the department took a proactive step by extending the operational hours at Mgobozi Clinic to 12 hours per day. This means the clinic is able to serve patients during both early morning and evening period, which helps to compensate for the distance to the nearest 24-hour clinic. However, from Kobozi to operate 24 hours a day, they will need to have a significant increase in the population served, corresponding rise in patient volumes, as I've indicated in terms of the current numbers, so that we can be able to allow it to operate 24 hours. Because in terms of, the reason why is because if the population is like this, Honourable Speaker, you'll find a clinic open and not having patients, especially at night, for a head count of the one that they are having. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable MEC. Honourable Koza, any follow-up question?
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Let me appreciate the responses by the Honourable MEC. However, I do have a follow-up question. Honourable MEC, do you think that the norms put...
Only to find that for the whole month, you'll get 4 people, because at night is emergency. And in a village, you don't find many emergencies. So hence, the norms and standards that are there, they are working currently. Because sometimes we overlook it and just say, no, okay, fine. Let's just allow them to operate and see what are we going to get. But indeed, it shows that you're not going to get the people that are necessary. What needs to happen is that we must make sure, like I said, we have increased to 7 days a week, 12 hours, so that they can be able to access that clinic during that hours. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable MEC. Any other follow-up questions from other members? Honourable Shongwe.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I'm now going to charge you for not calling me correctly. I'm honourable in demand.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Honourable Speaker, my question to the MEC is that as the population of Makutu is at that number, 4,300, is it possible maybe for the MEC to send a mobile clinic rather than these people not having anything at all and traveling 5 kilometers to the other clinic? Is it possible to provide a provision of a mobile clinic so that they can get service? Thank you.
Thank you very much. My humble apologies, Honourable Ndimande.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. In fact, that's what I did not indicate, that in areas where the population is below the requirement and the norms and standards, as far as having a fully fledged clinic, that's what we do, to make sure that there's a mobile clinic where we'll have those points where mobile clinic will come, because that on its own, it assists where if there are people that are getting your chronic medication, so that they are able to go there and get those medications. Indeed, that's what we do when there is no fully fledged clinic, so that they they are mobile. So, of course, it cannot assist in terms of emergency. That's where your ambulance come in. But in terms of knowing that, at least that's where I can go closer to get medication. That's what we do.
Thank you, MEC. Any other follow-up question from other members? Honourable Sedibe.
Yeah, thank you, Honourable Speaker. Oh, no, thank you, Speaker. I said I will not call you Honourable because you don't respect the oath that you took here. Now, MEC, other than the crisis of a clinic in Makutu, similar crises around the province are there. For an example, in the area of Tembisile, Hani, Ward 18, Etogosa, they complained. They voted ANC yes 70% and so forth, and won the by-election. But they are complaining that they travel long distance to a clinic because they don't have a clinic in their ward. So do you perhaps have a plan for, or to ensure that at least each and every ward or village have its own clinic, so that people cannot travel a long distance to clinics, and only to find that when they arrive there, even the medication is not there. All people are made to wake up as early as 5 a.m. without anything in their stomach. Some dies on the queue of the clinic waiting for medication. What is your plan? What legacy are you going to leave in terms of ensuring that one ward, one clinic, and we have clinics that they operate 24/7? Because people don't stop getting ill or injured or giving birth at 5 o'clock, as most of the clinics closes at 5 o'clock. They can get ill or have a pressure, go deliver from 5 or in the evening or early hours of the morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable MEC.
If I'm correct, what 18, just that I forgot the name of the clinic. We've already appointed a contractor. I think they've appointed or in the process of that. So they finalized that, but the budget is there for this financial year to build a clinic. And as one of our legacies, if you can look at, since I've been in the department, how you can count clinic, there are many clinics that we've built. Why? Because we view primary health care as the basis of making sure that there's quality healthcare services to our people. And also in preparation for national health insurance, because that's where we are going to put more effort in terms of our people knowing, having preventative measures. And you can only do that if there's access to primary health care, because a clinic is closer to our people. So in terms of that, be rest assured, that's our priority in terms of making sure that we build our clinics across the province. Of course, resources sometimes limit us to be able to be everywhere, but we are trying as far as making sure that at least one ward, one clinic. In other areas, there's more clinic if the population allows, because we cannot just put more clinic, but we look at the population in terms of that area and for them to qualify for a clinic. So we have done that, and hence we are saying that also in terms of increase in terms of operational hours. You can look at, we did Otley, we did another one in, I think there are many in Kangala that we extended hours. Hence I've said, we look at the population, because it's a reality that if you cannot open all of them 24 hours, because then you'll have 4 or 5 professional nurses working night shift for the whole month and only see 3 or 4 patients. Like in Tembisile, I remember there's one clinic that we opened for 24 hours. But looking at the head count, then you can see that and they can go to, is rather invest in them EMS so that they are getting ambulances late than to open that facility for 24 hours and you are not getting more people as emergencies. In fact, that is a good thing. It's not a bad thing for us for health. The lesser emergency, it means that our primary healthcare system is working. It means that our people are able to present themselves to facilities, to check impilo, and when they feel that they are not well, they are able to go to our facilities during the day. So it means that it's a way also of gauging whether are you doing well in terms of your provision of healthcare facilities, services for our people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. You are done with your question. We are now on question number 43 by Honorable R. Kibi from the Economic Freedom Fighters to ask the MEC for community safety, security and liaison.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. As instructed, I'm dealing with question 43, Honorable R. Kibi from the Economic Freedom Fighters to ask the MEC for community safety, security and liaison. The anarchy and continuously harassment and intimidation of heads of department in their offices within the Riverside government complex by Nehao has been going on without any action taken against this known individual for some times now. Riverside government complex falls under the category of the key national key point, just like the National Assembly in Cape Town. Question 1, why is the department allowing NEHAW member to close offices of HODs and manhandle them inside their offices? The response, I guess, as indicated by the question, Honorable Speaker, by the time the incident happened, as the department, we were not aware because there were no report that was reported to the department. Hence, we want to urge the leadership of NEHAW and also the HOD or the MECs in the department to inform the department so that it will take necessary steps rather than to react after the incident happened. Because what is happening now, how are workers that are working within the government complex. They come as if they are coming to work, conducting their meeting, then in the process they start to do whatever they are doing. Hence, we don't have that information. By the time we receive the information through social media, it's very late for the department to take action on that one. So basically, we are urging those who are affected to communicate with the department, because we cannot act on something that we have not reported to as the department. Question number 2, why does the department allow union members to just embark on an unprotected strike without taking corrective measures? The response, I have not been appraised by any members of union participating in any unprotected strike which will warrant taking corrective measures. I will advise members to exercise their right within the limit of the Labor Relations Act and provision. The first question and the same question are related. Hence, we are going to make sure that indeed we come closer to the space so that we arrest any shenanigans happening within the government complex. Subquestion number 3, what is the role of the subs and the private security in the government complex if people do as they wish to senior officials and where their safety? The government, the Riverside government complex has been designated as a national key point, thus under the control of the South African Police Protection and Statistics Service. The role of subs, the state protectors at the government complex: 1, protection of identified strategic government installation, legislature and premier's office, to implement effective measures to protect loss, damage and harm to the VIP and strategic government installation. 3, ensure proper access and egress control is maintained. The role of the private security service providers as government complex is to support the subs in the national key point to provide asset and people at the national key point. Question 4, are security managers of the department whose role is to safeguard the premises and the employee permitted to actively partake on illegal strike instead of defending the employee and premises. The response: I am not aware of the security managers partaking in any illegal strike in the department. I will encourage responsible managers, although not taking their right to exercise their right to exercise carefully to avoid the possibility of them being compromised by compromise in future when they have to exercise their responsibilities. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. We now call upon Honorable Kibi if you have a follow-up question.
Inkomo, thank you very much, Speaker. Mine, I don't think that the MEC have actually dealt with my question properly, because my understanding is that when that incident, it have actually went viral to social media. Everyone sees what happened. And my expectation was that the MEC will actually characterize the corrective measures in terms that to prevent that situation to occur. Because as things stand now, it looks like the MEC is only relying to God, because that matter can happen at any time. I think since this is the question is very clear that these premises must be treated as the key point. Each and every worker is expected to hold the ethics of the premises. And if that didn't happen, it means at any time how people will actually continue to behave on that manner. And it's not the first time this thing happened. I think on a certain report there is how they've pushed.
Okay, honorable member. Okay, sorry, just sit down. The follow-up question that need to be posed, it have a barrier of interest when you make a statement. So please pose a question. You are not happy on the response, if I hear you correctly?
Yes.
So then, which means the MEC will then write it back to you. Is that okay? Because now you are not happy with the response. I'm avoiding that. You made a statement where you need to make a follow-up question. And if I'm correct, I'm picking up that you are not happy with the response. Am I correct?
But what I'm saying, Speaker, is that I want to hear from the MEC characterize the corrective measures. I didn't hear that corrective measures.
Okay.
That's the question that I'm posing to the MEC.
Okay. Let's allow the MEC.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker. Indeed, according to my understanding, I've captured the question correctly. As I've indicated that NEHAU members, the members who are referring to the NEHAU members, are workers that are working within the government complex. They come here every day. When they come here, they conduct their meeting within the government complex. So at that time, we are not anticipating any violence or a misbehavior or of conduct from from NEHAU. When the incident happened, it's good that it must be reported as such, because as we have alluded, all of us who have seen through social media, we were not aware that NEHAU was having a meeting with the Department of Public Works, Roads and Transport, because we are not working there. But even the security and the subs, they've got access to enter the building. It suffices to say the matter should be reported when they have meeting, and we anticipate that in that meeting there might be some altercation. It's important that we must make the security cluster known to that effect, so that we'll avoid that. There will be no measures that will say we are going to anticipate that how they are going to behave in that meeting.
Thank you. We now open for follow-up questions from honorable members. Honorable Sikaledi and followed by Honorable Sidibe.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Honorable MEC, it's a bit concerning that this is a national key point, and I think this question is very valid and very important. It's a national key point, not only that people are able to enter and manhandle someone in their office, even if they are workers of the government complex. There are nurses in clinics that are not able to be assisted because there's intruders that go in. We hear about this all the time. But if ourselves as the government complex, where the rule of law is supposed to be crafted, and people are not able to feel safe in this institution, it's showing that there's a lack of how can I say, being preemptive or proactive rather than reactive. So is there a report that you have received, or have you asked for any report, especially that is speaking to the security breakdown that happened on that occasion, and how are they responding to that so that it doesn't happen again?
Okay. Honorable members, please. Provision in our rules that gives statements. Now, follow-up questions are questions, not another statement, in respect of time. So I'll allow the MEC to respond.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. In regard to the question raised by the follow-up question raised by Honorable Scaledi, indeed, we requested the report from the department. We didn't receive any report in writing. They just indicated that the matter has been resolved. I think that is the challenge that we, going forward, we need to attend to, because even the HOD, he was advised that he must also open the case, but he didn't open the case. So that is the challenge that we are faced with. So in future, I think it's we need to take it on that level to say when there is such incident happen, it need to be reported, and where cases need to be opened, people must open the cases so that they will able to follow up. We can't follow up on something that they say it has been resolved. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Honorable Stephen.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Just as a short preamble, I understand what you are saying, but to balance the MEC on the importance of this question. Honorable MEC, I don't know whether you are aware that there was an official working for the office of the Premier who was injured by the very same Nehau while forcing the workers out of their offices during one of their strike. I don't know whether it was protected or unprotected strike. And as a result, that official who was about to go to pension anyway, sued the government, provincial government, and successfully won the case for insurance suit. And she was paid 40 million rand. 40 million rand by the government, not by the Nehau, which caused the injuries. And while she was not a Nehau member, she was a PSA, because there are different unions. And then I'm giving you this background to know the importance of attending to the matter, because history can repeat itself. It can happen to other officials. And it can not only happen to HOTs, it can even happen to you. They start with the HOTs, the next time they will come to you, MECs, then and handle it with ties and everything. So the short question is that, what is the role of the police in this prison? Okay. And do we have jurisdiction for
the background that he has given me with the incident that happened, where one of the employees was paid over 40 million by the department. The problem with these cases, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, is that when they do happen, whether the victim per se, they don't report these cases. We sought to find a space in our office and discuss this matter and say the matter is resolved. When such incident happened, then it's where we come and say, the police, why didn't the police at that time didn't act? You also raise the question, what is the responsibility of the police in terms of safeguarding the premises as the national key point? All the strikes that are well coordinated, so to say, protected strike, they do come at by the foyer where they receive a memorandum. Police are there to safeguard what you call the premises of the government complex. But in this case, we are referring to how, even themselves, when they say they want to march, they come to the foyer and march. But what the incident that we are referring to, particularly the one of the public works, they have started with a meeting at the offices of public works, there by the building. So we are saying, I'm taking note of the concern. Indeed, I will also, with the subs, communicate with the provisional commissioner to strengthen the security within the government complex, because it's their responsibility. As I've indicated, the security guard, they just assist the police in terms of the movement and so forth and so on. But basically, the responsibility of the subs is the one that guarding these premises as the national key point. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. That number 43. We move to question number 44 by Honorable Weber from DA. I don't see a presence. We'll treat it the same. What's happening, sir?
Sorry, Honourable Speaker, we did send the apology to the Speaker's office, and we are requesting